boy. Enemy boy. Boy, enemy boy. I just shoved the whole bag of jelly beans up my ass. That's not a very good thing. Hope there's no kids watching, eh? Ouch! That guy survived. How did John Wick survive a fall from all the way up top on the top of Paradise and fall? But that guy's that guy was going ham. Oh, here comes another kid.
Hi. I need a pop. No, literally, this calls the other phone if you need something. Like, say, I just got surgery or something. Say, here, hey, I need a pop. Can you bring it to my room?
Sorry, but I'm gonna have to leave your card, bro.
No, he's here. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? This one's
Who's here? Hey, I'm gonna have to leave your card.
alright. Nathan, guess what? This phone stays in my room.
I'm about to get that again. So what? I'm literally a tear away from him.
Mason, this guy's here. I'm very scared. He's in Ohio right now.
Why?
I don't know.
Are you a rapist?
No, he's very scary.
What did you do that for? What? I'm gonna call the phone number that called me, and yeah, ask if my phone's been charging. Yeah, 2 phone numbers called you though.
Hey, you gonna go in your room and turn your damn light off? I didn't turn it on.
Maddie, you were just in there.
No, I wasn't. I was in my room. Putting the popcorn away. How you doing? Hello, motherfucker. Hey, how you doing?
Alright, where you wanna go? Salty, Mike. Why are you so salty? it's funny when my cousin says that he's been playing since season 1, but he doesn't have a single thing from season 1, 2, or 3. He's been playing since season 4.
I started season 3. No, I started season 4. So
Ah, you got attacked! Boy, you had attack and I killed you! So bad!
Hey, motherfucker, hey.
I had a burst, boy! Hey me, you're bye.
Okay, poppity pop, popcorn.
That's embarrassing. You get a, so he gets a blue tactical shotgun, right? I get a gray burst SMG, and I killed him. And I'm super low right now.
Hey, motherfucker, hey, hi, how you doing? Hey, motherfucker, hey, hi, how you doing? Hey, that's Ronald.
Ronald McDonald. What? I got a risk to go.
Here, take this.
Yee, motherfucker.
Oh, I dropped. Go back down there. Go back down there. Go back down there. Hurry up. I dropped the slurp for you.
I did not see that. Oh, no, now we just wasted a risk, eh? Dope. Amico, you got. You well.
I got 0.
I thought you had one. I'm in here.
Goddamn fucking fire, get off.
Oh, he's in there.
Alright, one has no shield and the other has shield.
No. Yeah, smart. I was like, oh, there's a rift to go. I was like, not a rift, go, storm flip. I'm in fire. They're dead. They have to die. They haven't came out yet. Or did they run away? That's my question.
Oh, fuck, bitch.
Maddie, move.
Oh, the other one's 10 HP.
I'm coming. Oh, they finished.
The soccer team's 10 HP. And he's taking a slurp right now.
Alright.
He's on her healing.
Tagged him.
This dude is attacking.
No! You earned it. I was so close to killing him. How much HP was he at? 61! Wee! Why? Who the frick has popcorn? I can smell popcorn.
Oh, that's bad.
Why don't you go give me some?
Michael! Let me see it.
I haven't eaten anything all day.
Are you literally?
Hello, motherfucker. Hey, how you doing?
Mason, shut up.
Look, I'm gonna look if I can do any challenge. Going here. One here.
Hey, watch the live stream thing.
What?
Watch the live stream thing.
Deal damage to opponents while riding a vehicle. Alright. You're gonna need a quad crasher. Wait, how come you never find golf carts anymore?
Because they took them out.
They did?
Yeah.
That's gay. I loved the golf carts. They were fun. Yeah, drifting, boy.
Hey, Mo. Hey, hi there.
Oh, motherfucker. Hey, how done?
Toy Story 4? You guys want to see Toy Story?
When?
Same skin.
Oh, we gonna
Is it
go.
tonight?
We're gonna go Toy Story. We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Soon.
He's probably just watching you stream and just
Are you
stream
shaking?
snipe you.
Huh. Want to stream Snipe Ninja?
Do you want to go?
Oh
Where?
yeah, sure.
To see Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Mason said yeah.
Let's stream Snipe Ninja.
Yeah.
Yes, stream
Jill
Snipe
said
Ninja.
yeah.
And hope we don't get banned. Alright, you wanna have Magnum?
But how does he know if we stream snipe him or not?
Oh, because he says if you dance, that's evidence as you're stream sniping. So as soon as you kill him, do not dance. Do not dance.
Hey, how you doing?
I gonna fucking nothing. What do you mean? I'm hitting this guy for nothing. I'm hitting him for nothing. This game's gay. Bot, he does Orange Justice because he's been playing since season 4 and quit playing forever. Tax, they really need to fix. That's what they need to fix in this game is tactical shotguns. I was literally bopping this kid for nothing. I kept hitting him, and then finally at the last second, I hit him for 20, and then he burst me one more time, and I killed him, and then he killed me. I did a fort fight. Yeah! What, you haven't did this many fort fights? No.
Yeah.
No, you don't even play the game, so how would you have 50?
I have
Exactly,
50.
think about that.
I have 50.
Stop lying.
I do.
You're lying.
Get on my account.
You're lying. What? How am I going to get on your account? You're on Xbox, retard. Have fun in the battle bus. Poison. Monobo. How the hell you get over here? Why does she sound like she's having a heart attack? Why is he reporting a dead fish? Do that on YouTube, boom. You gonna turn into Logan Paul when he went to the suicide forest. How come there's two places? I'm getting hit by nothing. Who the frick's behind me? Bro! Carl, I was trying to help you. Carl's my teammate. My God. How aren't they killing him? He's just standing there around a bunch of people. Listen. There's people around him. There's literally someone walking by him and no one, and they're not shooting at him. Watch us win this game. Oh, it says our team's still alive.
Why you got in my way? Damn, fucking me, I don't care, nigga, all up in my way.
Miles, don't plug it in.
What's up, bitch? Well, I got an idea. I'm gonna pick up the mic and I'm gonna say, "Sup, bitch?" Why? Cause you start getting mad. Cause you already mad. Oh, triggered. Hey, how come no one's fighting anymore? Did they all die? Call, you there? He's not there. No, like a guy literally walked past him, Michael. I heard an airdrop there. Alright, I'm gonna see if he wins this game. Matter of fact, he's still in zone, by the way. No, he's still in zone. Oh, no, there are people fighting still. I wonder if he's invisible to us. call you good. I wonder if he left. Call, you won. You won. Hey, at 4:30 in the afternoon, stupid shit.
Fucking want these fucking games. Not me. The best friend, me, Shasha. Nathan, look who's on! Nathan, somebody's in my game! Come here, Mason! Come here, Mason! You too, Ivy Dream.
sweatshirt back?
Hello?
I want to join my teammate, and Sweet has a perfect hole for him as he edits him down through it. It's Thomas and Kluja on high ground, by the way.
Yeah, this is a game. They need to close this game out, right? Like,
yes.
We know for a fact, 83, again, in case you just tuned in, that was the highest threshold we've seen for points. Kluja, and Thomas, they were at 77 not that long ago. They're about to hit top 10, which is another round of placement points on top of any eliminations they picked up along the way. Down below, though, Sweet and Artemis, Sweet, and Berloof, I hope I'm saying that correctly. They're making things happen, right? They've got the 6 eliminations. They want to try and rack up as many as possible. But they are so far behind right now.
And I've got to criticize the use of that second Shadow Bomb there instead of getting into the box. Maybe a misclick or something, because now he doesn't have the rotation to stay with his teammate Berloof, who does have one more Shadow Bomb remaining. They're going to have to path in and walk it in.
Right now, again, top 10 is another round of placement points. Everything is going to slow down. Santo single, unfortunately, picked off right there at the edge, missing out on those points. I want to go back up top, right? I want to see what's going on with Kluja. I want to see their points right now. Berloof, Sweet, he's dropped down to nothing. Anyone could accidentally sneeze in his direction and he could get picked off. Someone finds it. It's Detox who's going to be picked off in the crossfire there. Now Sweet, again, he's ticking. It must be within a stink bomb, and he gets traded out. Berloff does. But Sweet, look, his HP jumps up, so he must have found elimination.
A second before, if that player doesn't come from behind, he actually gets the siphon and probably survives there.
Yep.
So everything coming down to these milliseconds decision. I still haven't seen Thomas. Yes, they finally got one elimination from up on high ground. Sweet starting to use that campfire to its full effectiveness here as the zone starts to go back in the other direction. 5 duos remaining, 7 total players.
Oh, and Thomas gets picked up. That puts Artemis Sweet in the top 5, another round of placement points. So does that mean, that must mean they both have been eliminated? Yes, they are both gone. Right now on the high ground, you've got a player, and everyone else is super huddled together, because don't forget, this play space is just shrinking right now. Stir 6, his dual partner Twix, is alive. They find Sweet, who gets picked off.
I love the placement of that trap, though, and the quick reaction from Sweet to actually edit his cone in a certain way so he can make it out unscathed, but still, 4 duos remaining. 1 player drops behind. They're all the same skin for some reason, and Stystrix is going to be able to find him easily. So that duo down on low ground by themselves right now against 2 more players, Nijulian and Oxy right here.
And down below, Styrix and Twix are the only duo left. They immediately shut down Oxy. They're like, 1 player's pushing us, just let's cooperate, let's shut this guy down, and now they're in a 2v1. Gooden here is going to have the fight of his life, and he's on the 64 points. We've seen a lot of players hovering in that range. This could make the difference if he could find both of these eliminations and the victory royale. 5 points could make the difference. He gets cracked, Bala, down to 23, 13. Oh my God! Oh my God! That was the sickest split knock I've ever seen!
That could have been the sickest split knock I've ever seen, because if he got that elimination and landed, he could have gotten the siphon and all of a sudden forced this into a 1v1 with HP advantage. But unfortunately going to go out into the zone, not able to control himself with the flint knock. Just like Zeke here, a little bit of excitement there from that play.
I'm melting in my chair. I'm just slowly sliding down. I'm trying to collect myself, Fortnite fan, but it's not working. Right now, next game, 62 players, 34 duos, still sliding down. 85 points from Rojo and Wolfies? Okay, guys. All right, listen.
So they were slowing down when we last took a look at the standings when I was up there with you, Zeke. They were slowing down. They fell out of that first place. They're starting to creep down to that 6th, that 7th. We were talking about whether their games have been played yet, but climbing back in a strong fashion here. They've got 1 more game, and at 85 points, if they make this a big one, they could break 100 and almost guarantee themselves a spot to New York.
They have shifted gears, shifted mindset, and have said, we need to punch our tickets. We need to be on the stage of the World Cup Finals in New York City. Right now, they've got 3 eliminations between them. Don't forget, top 15 is the round of placement points. They are halfway there. They've got to play this smart. They've got to find these few eliminations, like this 1 player roaming around. Oh, my God! Elite gets picked off, another elimination heading their way. And look at this, they're just looking to confirm eliminations, beam players as they can, while being as safe as possible, because look at all the resources they've got available to them. Shadow bombs, chug splashes, the combat, minis, they've got it all. They're looking to make this, Bala.
It's kind of crazy. I actually thought that he had an infantry rifle in his hands, but no, it's actually a heavy AR, which you don't see used too often anymore because of the effectiveness of that infantry rifle at long range. But you can't, you got to take what you get, and maybe he even prefers the heavy AR, because it does have, you know, a bigger clip in it.
Yeah.
Not doing quite as much damage, but up in the top left right now, we're not only looking at the thresholds reaching top 25, but Mr. Savage goes down in this game. Not too consequential because he's already qualified for New York, but that's another hint that they're probably not going to be making it up there and taking those top 4 spots.
That's right. Don't forget they've qualified, which means right now they're playing for money, which is great. So you got to think they're trying to find eliminations. Den Magic Pulse, by the way, someone tweeted at us. That means the magical sausage. You're welcome. The more you know. More shots coming out here from Ollie is cracked. He did not manage to crack that player's shields, but the shots were pretty on point, and he's, of course, 761 above the damage threshold for the Storm. There, Motor, for just a brief moment, peeks out, and Ollie finds and secures it.
I think he might have also hit Motor's teammate, Ferox.
I believe he did.
As he jumped out of that box, I'm looking at Wolfies and Rojo right now, carpeting their way towards the zone. They're going to go ahead and decide to launch pad. They use that, tarp for a second just to get ahead of everybody else, make sure they're not going to, hit their heads and waste the launch pad effectively. But here, Benji using those chug splashes to immediately get back up to max health, starting his turtle forward.
And the fish out of water here. I mean, the duel of these, we kind of, it's funny that you said we may not see them in top 10, but look at the point threshold.
I know.
They said, look, Vala, we're savage. We're Benji Fishy, bro. Don't put us out. By the way, four rounds in the AR. Only 4.
And Zeke finds actually 2 players who didn't edit their box close. He's going to take out Black. And his teammate as well, Stoico, going down, and that's probably the end of their run in the World Cup.
Benji literally just said, Zeke, I don't care about these 4 AR rounds. Watch me pick up the double, and now I'm sitting on 300. Check me again, bro! I'm a fish out of water! I can breathe in fresh air! That was, in case you didn't see that was a thing at the summer block party, which made me laugh, by the way. Go back and watch those little interstitials. They're fantastic. That's what I was referencing. But 86 points over on Wolfsies and Rojo.
Yeah, and he's actually in trouble here as the Shadow Bomb. This player actually doesn't realize, though, he's going to take a nice shot onto Mawaka, sorry. As Wolfie's making his way forward, Rojo is split, but we've seen this situation before. Again, reaching towards that 90 points right now. One more elimination is going to do it, but Rojo goes down, and it's all up to Wolfie's right now.
All right, here we go. So Rojo gets picked up. But now, look, they've just hit that 90-point threshold. So let's think about this, right? If Wolfies could clutch it up by himself, he'd have to at least get the Victory Royale, which is another 7 points, and at least 3 eliminations. There's still 10 players. It's doable.
To get 100, is that what
to break the triple digits. Yeah, I want to see the 100. I want to see it because they want to see it too.
Well, I mean, based on what scores I'm seeing already spread out throughout the map and the games that we've seen, I think he's already probably clinched it. But he's thinking, I have to perform the best I have ever done here. I have to win this game if I want to make it because I don't have high ground. I don't have a teammate. I've got to do everything. I've got to take all this responsibility on my shoulder, all the pressure from all 10 weeks, and do it right now, Zeke.
That's right. And you got to think they're probably saying, like, just imagine this was you on the stage of the World Cup Finals, right? Imagine you're in that moment. Take everything, all the practice, the long hours you put and dedicated to this game.
Win, it could propel them up to 71 points, but it's gonna happen. Ollie goes down, almost makes a hero RPG play onto Confetti. My heart dropped for a second there, but that really could be, a story from the start to the finish, Zeke.
Yeah. This is, I think, the only fitting thing now to do. I'm stressing out of my mind, but for now, let's send it into Pookie. She's in the studio. She's gonna break down what's going on.
Thank you so much, Zeke. You know what? Go get yourself a sandwich. Go get a drink of water. Calm down. I was over there. You were stressing out for sure. I am joined here with Sundown. Those games are absolutely incredible. You always putting on a show, never disappointing. Speaking of that, don't want to bring up who's going to be disappointed or excited, but we got to look at the standings.
The final standings, the last four coming out of Europe. It's been so absurdly competitive, and let's take a look. Punch some tickets going through. Wolfies and Rojo taking the top spot. Stompy Tashinkin, Benji Fishy, and Mr. Savage don't know how to share. They're still hanging out. Had already qualified, so that means it shifts down. And we got Skype, Invato, Vorin, and Tux, and then Klusha in Singularity's Thomas HD taking up the spots, 1 point separating the difference, going through there. Saw it going down. I mean, this is nuts. So many players who we've seen. Klusha getting the double qualification going through. Shinken and Stompy not knowing how to stay off of the top. Huge runs from Skype and Vato, as well as Vorin and Tux. And then Wolfies and Rojo just dominating at the start of the day, kind of falling off, and everyone was saying, oh, can they stay up there? A huge last-minute surge, $20,000, a trip to New York City, Pooks. That's massive.
Congratulations to everyone who has qualified for World Cup Finals in New York in July. I cannot wait to meet all of you, but we have some business to get down to, Sundown.
Time to punch some tickets, right?
Yeah, we got to punch those tickets.
All right, let's get the top one right there. Congratulations, Wolfies and Rojo.
We got Skype and Vado coming out of the stream. Am I doing this one?
Yeah, you can get that one as well. Split it up 2 and 2, and then get Vorin and Tux. Such a great job from Tux there. We saw a number of his plays. Vorin as well clutching up in the end, and then rounding it out. Klusha, by the way, in Singularity. Thomas HD. Congratulations, all of you played so incredibly well. It was a great day to round it out. But again, hey, first of all, to even get to Sunday in Europe, it took 67 points in a victory royale. Like, if you were playing on Sunday, you're among the best of the best there, and just because your name isn't up here doesn't mean you're done. There's always going to be more to play for. There's always more there. And speaking of always more competitive Fortnite stuff, we recently actually just launched our own dedicated Twitter to all things competitive Fortnite. You know, let's just throw it on up there. Go ahead, give it a follow as well. It's twitter.com/FN competitive, and I mean, there's always a way to get involved. We're going to be highlighting plays, we'll be doing breakdowns, we'll be asking you who your favorite players are up there, so keep an eye on that. And then let's also see what is up on the social wall and what players had to say up there. Boom, right on up there, and then everyone's saying welcome to Twitter on there. Let's go. People being excited about it, and look at that. I love the Sharks just slamming the like and the retweet button.
Nice. I love that. Cutest graphic I've seen on this wall thus far. Can we just talk about Evade Orange's tweet for a second? The only Twitter I need. Could not have said it better myself.
Well, he needs his own there to interact with it as well.
That's
but
true.
I mean, just
you know, potato. It is what it is. But yeah, guys, if you're not following this Twitter already, please go and give it a follow. I'm following it. I know Sundown is. Tweet to us on there. We'll be replying to stuff all day today. But you know what? I feel as though, you know, we've seen a lot of games coming out of Europe today. You know, we've seen a lot of people, you know, punch their tickets. Congratulations to a set of games. So before we do that, we are going to go to a quick break. Do not go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll have more Fortnite action.
Let's slide out to the lobby. Let's slide out to the lobby. Let's slide out to the lobby to get your spots and numbs. Burgers from dirt to munch. Tacos Royale with brunch. Red juicy's a tasty treat for Lil Whip, Peely, and Pizza Pete. Let's slide out to the lobby to get your squats and numbs. Let's slide out to the lobby to get your squats and numbs.
What's up, Fortnite fam? Sundown here, and today we're going to talk about the Tactical Assault Rifle and its addition to competitive play.
The Tactical Assault Rifle is probably one of the best additions to the game. It's a long-range weapon where you could save AR ammo if you have a drum gun.
Small bullet you can find everywhere, so it's a good weapon.
The Tactical AR is an uncommon, epic, and legendary weapon that utilizes light ammunition and has a high rate of fire. It does 22, 23, or 24 damage depending on rarity, has a pretty fast first shot accuracy timer, and a dope reloading animation. I mean, come on, just look at it. We've seen a lot of competitive players opt into using the tactical assault rifle over the course of the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers. So let's hear from some of the players who qualified for the finals and get their thoughts on the TAC AR's addition to the game.
It's really good, like really good. Once you get to endgame scenarios like 5th zone and beyond, it absolutely beams. It's very viable in meta right now. Everybody's been using it.
I like it because you could actually sneak up on someone. It has this low sound, so it's hard to hear.
It has its viability due to its first shot accuracy that can make it really strong, and the fall off damage isn't as strong as it was for the silent SMG, which got vaulted.
I reckon the gun's awesome for endgame because if you've got height, that gun can really get a lot of eliminations because it's like a laser, and people endgame tend to have less HP than they would towards the early and mid game. So I think it's really strong in situations.
Thanks for watching. What are your thoughts on the tactical assault rifle, and when do you like to use it? Send us your opinions using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and I'll see you on the battle bus, or maybe on the high ground with a TAC AR.
Fortnite fam, did I beat you in rock, paper, scissors? Hashtag Fortnite World Cup. I probably did because I'm really good at it. It's the only thing I'm good at ever. But guys, we are knee deep in the World Cup finals. Qualifier here for duos. It is been unbelievable. The European action has not disappointed, but of course we're getting ready to hop into more games. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Oceania replays, because don't forget Oceania and Asia happened overnight, so we're going to also look at Asia replays as well. I guess I should have said both. And then we're going to take a live look into Brazil, see how things are going for them. I need two casters on deck. Let's get Pookie Face, let's get Sundown, let's get into these games.
Thank you so much, Zeke. I'm joined here by the amazing Pookie Face, who has a great talent at ignoring high fives.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, she literally looked right at the camera and then right at me, but as Zeke just said, Oceania and Asia wrapped up last night. I stayed up and watched some of the games. I know most people didn't, but they were incredible. The last spots were there, and let's hop in, give these guys a little coverage, and celebrate just how awesome at Fortnite they are. Now, a fun fact about both these guys, 7 matches played total. That was all they ended up running through. So they were able to get the maximum amount of points through each one of them, not needing all 10. And as we talked about, with the breakaway esports duo of Serpent and Hype averaging a placement of 2.67 across those 7 games. That is ridiculous.
That is extremely high. Do you know what other teams are sitting at in terms of averages like that?
I mean, you really don't typically will see placements like that in a 10-game run. Like in overall, like we've seen people being those consistent in like over the course of 10 games.
Right.
But like in that spree, I think the closest we've seen is the Twins out of Oshi when they were playing more placement based and less aggro. I think they had one of the weeks up there where they were nearing 4, but sub 3 that's really, really, really good.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty incredible, like you said. And we see Hype just get the elimination on Pendragon, LOL there, just utilizing his edits there to quickly peek out, make sure that he's not leaving himself too exposed. Take a look at his partner, Serpent, who has got his own agenda of what he's doing over here. Looks like he's doing the same thing, but on the opposite side. So these guys just applying pressure all over the map.
Yeah, and one thing to note, it is a much sparser circle when you're in those very late games in terms of Oceania. Some players opting to play aggro, trying to get their games out there, will just go full send and try and burn through a couple towards the end to get into another one. But if you have good game management or the ability to just play consistently and ride it out, you can play this game all the way to conclusion and maybe snag what might be a slightly easier victory route for you if you're playing passive and defensive, which Serpent and Hype seem to have been doing so here with, I want to say, only 6 elims, but in comparison to the rest of the lobby, it's not a ton. It's good.
No, for sure. And to your point, kind of what you said about knowing, where your opponents are. Let's keep in mind that there's only 12 players left on this map right now, and only 7 duos remain. Make that 11 and 6. I spoke way too soon. Serpent secures another elimination there on Bray. But in terms of final circles, Sundown, this is not something that we see very often in these late games.
No, and it makes for interesting play because people can be more calculated, but normally you don't. Sudden Zank being in this 1v1 by himself, if certain Hype want to go pinch him, they absolutely will. They know this is a 2v1, they know there's no one else here, but Zank is now trying to get whatever opportunity he can to free up shots, knowing that the next elim that goes down is the top 5 and every single point matters, even if for the prize money with the